Hello YouTube, this is Frugal and this is the Frooglesim news for today, Sunday, November the 1st. First up, brand new dev team Realitysim have just released Realitysim Atlanta. This is scenery for the entire Atlanta area. Interestingly, they merged satellite ground imagery with GIS-based autogen, so low down to the ground, the world doesn't look flat, which is a common problem with photorealistic terrain. Instead, what you'll see is autogen buildings, trees, and so on. They also recreated hundreds of buildings in downtown Atlanta to make it appear accurate and realistic. Now, since ImagineSim just released KATL version 2, it seems Atlanta is getting some major love from developers at the moment, and this could be a great addition to that scenery. $19.99 for all versions of FSX Prepared 2 and Prepared 3. The download, wait for it, is 4.8 gigabytes, which is pretty close to the same size as Orbex FTX Global, which covers the whole planet instead of just a single town. Link in the show notes below. Next up, SkyMax Pro version 3 is out. Now, I missed this last week. I forgot to copy my notes into the show notes, which I'm reading right now, so apologies for that to SkyMax and the X-Aviation team. SkyMax Pro version 3 runs faster than the default cloud generation in X-Plane and includes new stratiform clouds which extend all the way to the horizon, new realistic in-cloud effects, simulation of scattering of sunlight and moonlight through clouds, soft blending of any cloud type with the terrain, and it works with SoundMax to provide 3D positional sound based on weather. It actually also runs even faster than SkyMax version 2. The video you're watching right now is from Red Piper 1 on his YouTube channel, link in the show notes below. SkyMax version 3 will set you out $39.95 unless you're a previous customer, at which point you should have received an email with a discount code. X-Aviation link in the show notes below. Next up, staying with X-Plane, FS Global Real Weather, or FSGRW, now supports X-Plane. This is kind of an alternative to Active Sky Next on the FSX and Prepared platforms, and the fact that it now supports X-Plane is amazing. FSGRW only supports, however, X-Plane 10.41 and up, and it is the single most advanced, powerful weather add-on available for that platform as a result. It injects real-world weather from more than 24,000 observation stations around the world, and includes stuff like calculating the air mass and temperature for upper levels, as well as local weather phenomena like the phone effect at Innsbruck. It includes upper and lower wind support, cloud types, clear air turbulence, icing, and historic weather. The price is not cheap, €39.99 from the FS Global Real Weather link in the show notes below. No video of it, which is why you have been continuing to watch Red Piper's video of SkyMax. Now, final story for this week is actually an update. I don't normally cover updates unless they are significant, and I didn't think this one would be, but it actually is. Falcon BMS 4.33 is now out. BMS is Benchmark Sims, which is a group of people who have modded Falcon 4. So BMS is a highly modded extension to Falcon 4 and provides a stunningly realistic and accurate study sim environment for Falcon with, I guess, current technology standards in terms of graphics and everything else. 4.33 brings with it improved weapon simulation, more flyable and fully interactive aircraft, improved graphics, autogen, shadows, weather, textures, new cockpits for the various F-16 variants, flyable and fully working FA-18s, Harriers, F-15Es, Tornadoes, MiG-29s, F-4Es, Vigans, you name it, they've got it. There's a ton of other stuff. In fact, too much to mention here. Go and watch the video, which you're watching right now, but go watch the whole video, which is linked in the show notes below. Be aware, to get BMS running, you will need Falcon 4, which, as I said in last week's show, you can now get for cheap from GOG.com, and you will need to read the instructions. You are basically modding an old sim to get BMS to work. Access to BMS 4.33 is also locked behind a registration wall at the Benchmark Simulation site. It is free though, but you will need to register in order to access any information or to download the files. Perhaps the single biggest reason, beyond everything I've already said and the stunning graphics you're watching in the video right now, the single biggest reason to look at this is that if you love military sims, Falcon 4.33 or Falcon BMS 4.33 is the only current technology military sim out there that has a dynamic campaign. Now, what that means is instead of running pre-scripted or pre-developed missions like you do in DCS World, everything is dynamic in the world, and the ongoing military battles that are going on underneath your aircraft really are a reflection of how well or how poorly you have done as a pilot and as a commander. It's really well worth checking out. Once again, though, you will need Falcon 4, which you can get from GOG.com, and you will need to get BMS 4.33 from benchmarksims.org after you register on their site. So that's it for this week's show. A short news show. I'm sure I missed a ton of stuff. Please leave me a pleasant comment in the comment section below, and I'll take a look to see if it's worth including in next week's show. As always, my name is Frugal. Thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you very soon.